Welcome to Wicked Banter, Real Talk, where we have raw conversations with devilishly dark humor.
I'm surprised you're still here after exposing your parents like that.
Bro, I'm surprised too, to be honest. Like, the only bargaining chip I had with her, my mom, was the disclaimer.
Wait, we're still using the disclaimer?
Yeah, apparently the production team came up with a new disclaimer, it seems.
Wait, what?
This podcast is like hormonal teenager discussing discipline and the trends of this generation. Side effect may include certain burst of nostalgia and an overwhelming urge to drop down and do 20 push-ups. We are in fact responsible for that sick pump. Headphones are recommended. Listener and viewer discretion is advised.
Bro, that disclaimer was shittier than the last one.
Yeah, well, that disclaimer is the only thing holding my mom back from banning me from this podcast, bro.
Bro, tell them about the phone thing.
Oh my god, bro. Okay, for our viewers out there, I came to the shoot today without a phone.
Why?
My mom's out here putting me on some dopamine detox and all. She got some WhatsApp message from my aunt. And gone. Phone she took, everything she took.
Hey, I've heard about that. It's like taking away all your sources of dopamine, right?
No shit, Sahitya. That's from the name she took. That's what detox means, Sahitya. Okay, so for our viewers out there, dopamine is basically this chemical that our body produces. Fine? This chemical is like produced when we have a sense of pleasure, satisfaction, or like happiness in general. And our phones are such a device that give us dopamine in and throughout the day. You get me?
Yeah.
So like an example for that. So remind you, dopamine is not just for pleasure. You get me? It also invokes a sense of action. Fine. So with that in mind, whenever you get a notification on your phone, what do you all normally do?
Just clear it.
Either clear it or you guys tap on it and you'll see, oh, what's this? Right? You get what I mean? So yeah, that action itself, your body's producing dopamine.
Yeah.
This sounds good, right? Dopamine sounds so good, but it actually has a huge letdown effect after.
Bro, what we're seeing on your phone, that to get pleasure and satisfaction?
Bro, November, please. NNN is going on. Umair.
Bro, this is a specific month for NNN. For me, every month is NNN.
That's on you, bro. But when you have a habit, it's a bad habit, it's going to be very hard for people to let go of it. Like, I'm pretty sure most of our viewers probably failed NNN on the first day, 12 a.m. I'm so sure.
You're talking too much, Dad.
Bro, first you tell me what this NNN is.
Okay, so this NNN is basically like this agreement that the entire internet comes on. Like, they agreed to this, okay? The month of November, none of them take part in the right of pleasuring themselves in solitude.
Okay, I didn't have to know this, but okay.
Did you understand it?
Yeah, I did. So y'all don't jerk off.
Yeah. That's basically what we do. Umair is there dying, bro. Look at him.
But for you, it must take a lot of discipline.
No, it depends, you know. Like Umair say, default settings.
No.
But yeah, to be very frank, when you have a habit, it's gonna be really hard for anybody to let go. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's gonna take a lot of dedication and discipline, all of that stuff to hand in control. Yeah. So to truly understand discipline, I feel like we need somebody who's been disciplined his entire life, and who better than an athlete, you know? So we have a very special guest with us. Welcome, Nikshep.
Hi guys, I'm
Hi.
Nikshep. I'm an international tennis player and a high-performance tennis coach. And I won a couple of tournaments, like nationals in every single category. And I've represented India 1 or 2 times in Junior Davis Cup and Australian Open. Nothing much, just...
Gotta stay humble at the end of the day.
So Nikshep, we understand that you've worked with so many athletes. So you tell us about discipline now.
I think discipline for me is to do all the right things that you're supposed to do to achieve a particular goal, no matter the distractions and no matter how hard it is. So even if you want to achieve any goal of yours, you'll have a set number of things that you have to do to achieve it. and even though they might look hard, sometimes we end up making reasons or giving up half the way. So doing it and going through all the steps without finding a reason and staying committed is discipline.
Makes sense.
But how do you teach or coach someone to be disciplined though? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, I mean, so it's not natural for everyone to be disciplined, and I personally believe that you cannot force discipline out of anybody. So the kids, right? If you start forcing them, they don't respond well. For me, I think you have to earn the respect first. They have to start respecting you, looking up to you. And once they start doing that, they feel that you're telling them the right things, and they start being disciplined.
Why is it so that people have to be disciplined to be like fit in what they pursue? Like, how do you think that works? Like,
How does fitness relate to
how does
discipline?
fitness-
Yeah, so basically to get fit or to achieve anything, you need to be consistent. Otherwise, you're not gonna achieve anything hard in life. So I think consistency brings in discipline. So again, doing the right things, staying committed, and doing it no matter what excuses you have brings in the factor of consistency. So you need that to be fit, because being fit is not a day's work, or is not easy.
True.
So yeah, that's where discipline comes in.
So did you ever feel like giving up on your dreams or goals anytime?
Absolutely. I mean, when you start losing, when you start failing at the things that you want to do, negative emotions start kicking in. And I think it's natural. Everyone goes through this at every point of their life.
How were you disciplined that time?
I mainly reminded myself of why I started it in the first place, and what my end goal or what my end vision would look like. And having that vision in mind helped me to kind of start pushing myself back and picking myself up. Yeah.
So I understand you're disciplined and all, because of course you're an athlete, but then does the level change when you go for nationals and all?
Definitely. I mean, no wonder we are very disciplined during our practices. And when we go for nationals or any big tournament for that matter, the level is much, much higher, because you have 32 or 64 players who are there to win. And so me, what I was doing is I would finish my practices or finish my match and head back straight to the room. Not indulge myself in chatting with others or any gossip going around. And I would do my warm-ups and my stretching, my cool down, and all the right things, like sleeping well and eating the right things. So I could conserve all my mental energy for the match that is tomorrow. So do you guys play sports? Because I don't want to be giving random gyan
to some couple of teenagers. Yeah, I mean, me and him do.
Yeah.
He plays football and I played taekwondo. I fight taekwondo.
That's
So I've been.
So I better watch out to what I say.
everybody says this, bro. Everyone, the whole class. I think everybody said this to me. Yeah, I've been doing taekwondo for what, 8 years now.
That's
I'm a
great.
black belt, and I've
No
also
shit.
represented the country, but unfortunately I could only get a bronze.
Okay.
Looking for a gold, hopefully,
You
in
will.
coming years. But
Still
yeah,
pretty great though. Bronze
Yeah.
international.
yeah, but it's never enough. Kind of toxic, but yeah, it's never enough.
Stay hungry.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not
That-
toxic. It's healthy only, but then still aim for the better. Yeah.
It depends on perspectives, Yeah, but as he said, it's true. Dedication, and I had a lot of lows in my career, and what he said, you told about what is that? Thinking about why you started, right?
Yeah.
For me, it was I went on like a 4-loss streak.
Yeah.
Currently, I am.
Yeah.
So, what I do to like motivate myself, I look at fighting videos of like my past wins.
Yeah.
So that motivates me. Like, oh damn, I actually pull through from that. And yeah, that's how I try to pull myself away from that, and my mental gets better.
Yeah. So if you were to answer the same question, that you guys asked me that if I was more disciplined during my nationals, because you said you were a bronze medalist.
Yeah.
How were you during your tournament?
I mean, during my tournament, I try to be kind of laid back. Like, I don't have a very serious approach because, see, discipline is one thing, fun is another. You get me? When you get the fun aspect of the game, because I'm pretty sure you love tennis, right? That's probably your entire life. For me, that's taekwondo and martial arts.
Yeah.
So, for me, discipline, to be very frank, getting up, going early, doing all that isn't very hard because I love what I do.
Yeah.
Right? And obviously, yeah, it does take a toll.
Yeah.
You know, how much ever you love it, there's always going to be that, oh, no, I lost, you know. So, yeah, just do the normal things, normal routine. Competition is just another day. And that's basically how I go around.
So Abhijit, how did you feel when you won the tournament?
Hey, bro, I mean, I loved it. Like, I got a win recently. So
Wow, you have
I just pulled that. I just touching that. Pull that straight out of my ass.
Where does that come from?
You don't want to know.
You don't.
I've had this the whole week. Yeah, winning after a long time feels great. To be very frank.
Can we switch seats?
Where?
Yeah, can we switch seats? Because I don't want to be.
Yeah. So, like, winning after a long loss, like a streak of losses, feels really great.
Yeah.
But when you're keeping on winning, I don't think you would have the same value for, like, medals, you know. Like, I've seen many of my friends, they have zero value for, like, medals that they won because they keep winning and winning and winning. But when you're on a huge lose streak, you always have, you feel like, oh, this medal is everything to me.
That's why you have it under your ass.
Yeah, that's exactly why.
Abhijit, let's talk to someone who's actually achieved something.
Hey, college team player, be quiet.
Jokes apart though, I think time management is really important.
Oh!
Talking about time management.
Time management.
I think we should cut this part because you're about to get a lecture about time management
You were
Time
taking a
management.
bath at 10.
at 10 and we were shooting at 9.
So for context, because of me, the shoot was delayed. So I was
By 2
we were
hours.
supposed to be shooting at 9:30.
By 2 hours, guys.
But then we started shooting at 11. So I guess I'll take the blame for
A
that.
lot of
I'm pretty
learning
bad at
about
time
management to do. But yeah, like you said, time management is very important. Like you'll have a lot of things to do in a day for you to achieve anything that you want to in the near future. And if you don't manage your time well, you might end up like skipping one or two of them, and so you'll not be able to go through everything. So you need to figure out a way to manage yourself and make time for every single aspect.
Can you give me some tips for that?
Bro,
Yeah.
you remember the time you came after the show with the Vesito thing? You came
Oh,
after the thing was
Yeah. Oh my god, he was in our
I have a
team.
tip. I have a tip for him. Just keep a clock next to you.
Even your
Does the
watch doesn't work.
clock, does the clock run like 2 hours behind for you at your home? But okay, but yeah, as Nikshep said, I feel once time management you get that down, which he clearly has it, I feel consistency comes naturally after that, right?
Yeah, that's true. Because you'll set yourself into a routine. You'll be able to manage yourself to finish all the tasks that you have to. So you'll end up being much more consistent than
Mhm.
feeling hurried and demotivated.
So how does your personal life get affected by all these tournaments and events you have had? Like how do you keep yourself motivated through that?
So to talk about the positives, I've had really supportive parents and my early coaches and the teachers at my school. All the credit goes to them because they created a structure for me where I could learn how to manage studies and playing at the same time and competing. So while growing up, as I grew older, it became kind of natural and easy. And all my relatives are always supportive and they don't really keep complaining that I miss stuff. So in that way, I was very lucky.
So, what are some of the negative aspects to this?
To say negative aspects, I think would be I had to, give up on a lot of going out with friends.
Your social
or
life.
my social life, or taking like a few days to chill, or eating whatever I want, or going wherever and attending family functions and all that. I loved what I was doing, and these didn't really look like a sacrifice to me. But sometimes they get to you, and if anything took a toll, I think that would be it.
Makes sense. So, when you talk about your personal life, I understand that you've probably taken a lot of sacrifices, right? So, is that only during training, or do the sacrifices get intensified? Especially, you said that you represented the country, right? So, does, what do you say, a level change occur at all?
Yeah, I mean, mainly, first, as I was growing up, I didn't really know much about this and what I need to sacrifice or how to increase my level when I'm going for a bigger tournament. But as with time, I started learning that, even the little things that you're doing, for example, getting into a nonsense fight with someone, even though it's a very small thing, or spending too much time on your phone, or whatever. Those small things also add up when you're playing at the big stages, like your mental energy is used up, somewhere in your mind you're thinking about it. So you need to learn how to prioritize and let small things go, so that you're able to do well in those stages.
So, acceptance is key.
Yeah, seems like he's got it all figured out anyways. It's pretty balanced. How well explained it he told me.
You're making me look too good now.
So, I understand there are a lot of setbacks. So, no matter how disciplined you are, the injuries always catch up to you, right?
Yeah, I mean, those are inevitable, but especially I'm a kind of guy, even if I walk, I might get injured. I've had a lot of those instances where, I just trip or I stumble. But these things are like out of your control. But the major things that I faced while I was playing was shoulder, my back, and wrist. Wrist being the hardest of it. I had a ligament tear in my wrist.
My God, tennis player with.
How long did that put you out? Like, how long could you practice for?
That took me out almost for 2 months. I had to just stay at home and do recovery and basically do nothing except train my lower body. Yeah.
What state does it put you in, like your mentality? How does it like?
Yeah,
feel
it's
at that time?
It's easy. Like you hear people saying, you have to stay motivated and not get negative and during those times, but it's not at all easy. And getting negative emotions is natural. You do feel, because when I get an injury and I visit the doctor and he says you're out for this much, and I would not be able to play or train or play any tournament for that amount of time. So naturally my reaction would be going into a negative state, kind of like getting depressed, but then at the end of the day it's part of the process. Once you're there, like you're pushing yourself more than what you can, you're anyway gonna end up getting injured, so you cannot really get very demotivated, but rather try to do the right things, rehab, and then get back to it.
I guess I can relate to this a lot.
Yeah, you had an injury, right?
I was out for a whole year.
Oh, that's bad.
Very bad.
That's
I
too
had 2 ligaments torn in my left knee.
Okay.
So ACL gone, complete tear.
Okay.
Meniscus 70% tear.
Okay.
And I think I had a grade 3 sprain on, I think, my MML or some weird name. These doctors have really weird names for these things. So yeah, I understand. I relate with you so much, because sitting on that bed rest, just bed rest. This is only bed rest. Fine. After the injury, bed rest for 1.5 months. That too, taekwondo is such a sport where we only have 1 to 2 minutes of time in a round. We're so quick. Our work rate is huge. Like our work rate is, if you compare it to other sports, our work
Yeah.
rate is way higher relative to the time.
Yeah.
And after training like for so many months together, and you're just on a bed for 2 months, and after that 1-2 months you're back and you can't even walk properly after use.
And also the most difficult part would be like after the injury, right?
Yeah, exactly.
The pressure you would have to like come and perform.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
same way how you used to perform. That's
Exactly.
like mentally that's brutal for any athlete.
Yeah.
Plus, I think like when you come back, it's not only like it's not normal. Like you'll start feeling the pain in the movements that you do.
And it's not just the pain. Like, okay, this is, I guess, it's very toxic part of injuries. Like you said, whether when you walk only you feel like you'll get injured.
I mean that it's...
Did you ever have that before you got your injury?
Yeah.
I don't think so, no? Like it wasn't that prominent.
It wasn't that prominent, but once you kind of start getting it, you're
Yeah.
scared. Like
You're scared
example,
because you
like-
get, I feel like that's where a lot of athletes fall off, you know? Yeah. When you get a big injury, especially like an ACL or a ligament tear,
that confidence is gone.
You're
not
conscious.
just you're very conscious about your
conscious.
body.
Yeah.
Like I remember when before my injury, credits to my coach, he used to put me through hell.
Pawan sir.
Yeah, Pawan sir. Shout out to Pawan sir, the notorious Pawan on Instagram. Okay, so he used to put me through hell every day morning, and I could go on evening, morning continuously, and I would have like small sprains or something, and I could go back directly. I'm back in.
So you're saying the same work rate would be lesser?
Way lesser, because now I got a sprain on my knee recently, and I took no chances. I went to the doctor, got it checked with physio. I had to make sure it wasn't a huge injury like a meniscus tear. And basically when you get injured as an athlete, you tend to become way more conscious about your body. So that's basically it.
I can't relate personally because I've never been injured.
I think you can relate to the part where I said that I would get injured by walking, like tripping something.
Probably.
Or am I the only one, doing all those things?
How will you get injured, bro? You're probably late to the warm-up.
I mean, that's how you would be getting injured though. You shouldn't miss warm-ups. I mean...
then
lucky
again,
that I didn't
actually
get
that's a great point.
End of
I
that.
feel even though we get injured so much, like I'm pretty sure that there are things that we can do to
prevent
injuries, injury prevention.
I mean, like you said, warm-up is like really important because you need to get your muscles ready and warm before you start
all those
pushing
core
yourself.
muscles, or else you'll get injured.
So otherwise, then you end up, pushing yourself at 100%, right? From the beginning, when your body is cold, and then you have chances of, spraining or getting a hamstring pull or something.
Okay, but we talked about preventive measures and all, but even though I know I could have done things like recovery exercises and strengthening exercises for my legs and all, but I still get that feeling of regret that I didn't do anything. And I understand that that's now because of my injury, and always when you get an injury the mindset changes, like we talked about how our mindset changes after the injury. But those 3 months of bed rest really got me thinking.
Telling me that you were a vegetable for 3 months.
Bro, I went pulled up to college like Stephen Hawking with a functioning mouth in a wheelchair.
Without glasses or with?
They thought I was a genius for a minute. Then I opened my mouth.
Windows 7.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Can you not do that?
But there are ways to prevent these injuries though. Like for example, Cristiano Ronaldo, on whom we'll be talking about later.
Oh my god. See.
Will you ever stop talking about Cristiano Ronaldo?
Never.
So that was a good question, because you can do a lot of things to prevent, proper warm-ups, and not only proper warm-ups, like after you finish proper stretching and recovery, cool down, which will help your muscles to remove lactic acid and relax. and then go back and then do your icing to help recovery and eat good food. Well, as athletes, it's very important to
Have a good diet.
have a good diet where you're eating a lot of proteins and sufficient carbs so that you have energy not to get burnt out, and get your proper sleep. So all this, even though they look, even though you feel okay, maybe if I sleep 6 hours instead of 8, nothing it won't
will
make a
happen,
difference.
yeah.
But then over time, like say over 2 weeks, 3 weeks, the body starts to shut down, and
Yeah.
when you're not really at your 100% and
When
you
you're
try
aging,
to push,
yeah,
you're gonna get injured.
the body, like, it usually gets much more degrading when you're aging. So it's better if you start all these diet plans, all these nutrients to take in at the right time. So
Yeah.
it helps you as an athlete. Like,
yeah, I
you
feel
have
like
a
common,
good shelf life.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like a common taboo is that children, like not children,
Yeah.
like people, athletes who are like
Yeah.
16, 17, 14, 15 shouldn't be taking supplements. What do you think about that?
Supplements, personally me also, I wasn't taking any
What kind of
No.
supplements though?
supplements
Like protein.
proteins.
Yeah,
That's
protein,
healthy,
BCAAs.
no?
That's healthy.
So,
yeah, that's healthy, but
There's no side effects.
auntie, you've never heard her aunt or your mom tell,
What?
beta to protein
that is-
dega, to
that is
to
WhatsApp.
mar jayega.
WhatsApp messages.
yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like that's something that needs to be addressed because
Yeah, true.
a lot of people think, oh, protein zahar hai.
Yeah.
Steroids le rahe ho beta abhi? Kya hai yaar, drug addict.
Yeah. So as an athlete, you need to be very very sure and understanding about, there are many associations which start doing dope tests. So you
Yeah,
need to
what
be,
are-
yeah, you need to be understanding of the substances that are
Yeah.
going into your protein.
Hmm.
So once you check that and you buy, because I think it's important, because obviously once you start putting in that much work, you cannot really be eating so many things, to get the nutrients that you want to recover.
Exactly.
It's not just whey protein. You'll need your energy drinks. You'll need BCAA to recover. You cannot keep sitting and eating 2 pomegranates every day, and it's highly impractical. So that's where these things come in to play. But then one thing,
I was so sure that was going to fall, but yeah, continue.
But then one thing that we as Indians can do, which we neglect, is talk to a proper nutritionist, right? When
Yeah.
you're younger.
Yeah.
So in like the
My
culture
nu-
that goes around here is that we kind of see nutritionist as they're doing something irrelevant, and they just waste
I mean,
time.
for me, my nutritionist is my mom. She'll bring me dates to eat this. She'll
Yeah,
bring badam or something. It brings your more
Yeah.
mental game into the play. All that stuff. It's like that's how I go on. Like I don't use all these diet plans.
Okay, so we're gonna cut because we need to fix our set.
Yeah.
So we'll see you guys back in just a minute. And we're back. Okay, so we were talking about diet, right? Yeah.
So, was it difficult for you to follow all these diets? Because, of course, you would have temptations, right?
Yeah, I mean, it is very hard. I mean, for anyone who has to follow a diet, because we see any tasty things, regardless of who the person is, they feel like eating it. And but then it's something that you have to do in regards to being fit and playing at the highest level. But then even though it's a sacrifice, once you have a goal in mind, once you have a real purpose and a vision, it doesn't seem really like sacrifice, but you're putting in the right things to do. But then I think I personally myself, I wasn't a believer of very very strict diet where you, even though you're craving for something, you don't eat it. Because what that tends to do is like you start up being very craving about the food, and you're strict about yourself and you don't have it, and then you end up eating a lot of it at one particular point of time. So you need to have that balance where you are restricting yourself, but also allowing yourself to have those little cheat meals.
So as you previously mentioned about sacrifices, So, as us athletes make a lot of sacrifices, but yet still we face setbacks and failures. So, is it that unfair?
I think, like the way you cannot predict a perfect future, I think in the same way you cannot predict a perfect sacrifice. Maybe, you might be feeling you're doing a lot of sacrifices, maybe for the given task that you want to achieve, maybe it might be less. Or sometimes maybe you might be doing it too much and end up, over training yourself or leading to a burnout. So I think it's a continuous learning, and it's part of the process. Again, you cannot get demotivated by it. You keep learning and trying to figure out what best works for you, and thinking that all these sacrifices in a long term, they're going to pay off.
Yep.
Yeah. So
So basically, life isn't fair always.
yeah,
It's
it's
unfair.
all in the
It's
hands
pretty
of
harsh.
fate. Yeah. The
Especially
universe
athletes.
decides.
What all do they have to go through? Injuries, setbacks, failures,
Funding.
sacrifices, everything, funding, all these financial problems coming
Yeah.
in, pressure from
Pressure of the
parents,
exactly
family,
audience.
all
When
this
they're
stuff.
in a tournament also.
Yeah,
Mentally, you have to
true.
be really strong though.
Yeah. Imagine like even when they're in a home game and they're like in a away game, oh my god.
Yeah.
Like the difference is so
Yeah.
home
That is
game
true.
home game there's this pressure of failing in your home,
Yeah.
like your home, yeah, basically your home. And when you're in an away, like the other fans are there putting you down.
Yeah, I think it's a very important skill for any person to learn, because no matter how good they might be playing, you cannot practice these things.
Yeah.
You need to mentally prepare for all these things. You cannot bring in say 300 people to cheer against you when you're practicing. So these things have to be mentally prepared for.
It has to come from
Yeah.
within. You have
Yeah.
to develop your character.
Bro, but I feel for athletes, like one of the important skill is maintaining composures. As you all mentioned before, there is a huge difference between home games and away games, right?
Yeah, that is true, because when you're playing at your home ground,
Yeah.
there's a lot of pressure of performing in front of your home crowd, in front of the tournament director who gives you the opportunity,
Yeah.
in front of your parents. There's so many expectations on you, and you're carrying all of them. So you shouldn't be boggled by all of it, and you need to maintain, a specific set of fundamentals that you're going to do on the match. And when you're away, there are going to be n number of people supporting for their local players, and you cannot really get distracted by the audience, but rather stay focused on what's going on the court. So composure that way is a really, really important part.
Bro, but it's like so crazy how you guys can like train for months. I can just pull an all-nighter and pass my exams.
You passed.
That's also there.
Class average was 15. Sahitya got a 2.
Who's failing English though tomorrow? English exam. Who studies for that?
You.
I don't-
Definitely you.
No, never.
What is night for you?
When Batman comes.
Bro, that also late. Batman coming at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm Batman. Bro, but with all jokes apart, like when you said that months on end, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this for us as athletes, it's very deeply rooted from the reason why we started even. Because personally, I don't really have anything like that, but I'm pretty sure you guys have role models. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys have role models?
Cristiano.
Oh yeah, you leave. But yeah, when we talk about role models, I feel like a lot of athletes have been inspired by these role models.
So, Nikshep, you tell us who your role model is and what you feel about him.
Or her.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or her.
Could be anyone.
So my role model is Roger Federer. So since I was a kid while growing up, and even now, because of the way he plays, he makes everything look so smooth, and that takes
So easy, yeah.
yeah, so
No
easy.
effort
That
at all.
yeah. So to get that, it takes a lot of training. Number of hours behind, and the way he presents himself off court also.
Yeah. Such
and,
a gentleman. Like,
yeah.
so
and,
humble.
Yep.
No attitude at all.
Yeah, that's right. And the brand he endorses, like Mercedes, you have Nike and Rolex, so it's all classy. Well, talking about feel, well, I admire him and I look up to him. I want to be like him. But I cannot really be feeling more than that. I don't want to look like a crush,
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to look like a
Umair.
It's 2023, so anything is okay.
Oh, what is your sexuality?
Cristiano.
Now we know who has a crush on Ronaldo.
I mean, it's not a crush. I just admire him a lot. That's
Bro's
all.
pronouns are probably CR/7. Okay, these two told, but Sahitya, who's your role model?
For me, personally, it's not any celebrity. I feel
Well, that's the second time it's happening, but carry on.
Yeah, so I feel it's my parents. They
Oh.
inspire me to be better every day.
Now you made our hands look so bad now.
I got all emo.
She has a reason to show her parents this video.
I can't show the first part anyways.
Oh my god, wow.
I can't either.
Okay, so actually, something that is kind of crazy, I don't know if it would be crazy for you guys to hear. I don't have any role models per se at all. Like for me, role models are the people that you see and you start a sport, right?
Yeah.
But for me, I just love fighting, bro.
Okay.
Like I love punching people in the face. It was great. Just great. Okay, so for me, it's more I love what I do. And it's fun.
Slightly concerning, but
Yeah, and
Viewers wouldn't want to be walking next to him.
but I do have something like that because you talked about how you like Roger Federer's game, right? And you obviously like Cristiano because he can shoot from distance, he can shoot from in the box, everywhere, he can do everything. He's a god, right? So I have few people like that. I love Conor McGregor, John Jones, Khabib, and who's the other guy? Mike Tyson. Okay.
all really good athletes though.
All really good athletes, but not the best of people.
I mean, Khabib. He's a
Khabib,
good
obviously,
player,
yeah.
yeah.
Khabib is a great. I love Khabib, but because I personally am a striker, I can't really relate to him, unfortunately.
But-
I love Khabib. He's a great person.
Yeah.
He's a great person, but seeing from where I come from and where he comes from, I can't really relate to that. And actually, Mike Tyson said this once when an interviewer asked him about who his favorite fighter was. Everybody expected him to say Muhammad Ali, but he said Roberto Duran. Okay, do you guys know why he said Roberto Duran?
Because of the hardships and the
Exactly, they both came from the same place.
surrounding the environment he came through.
Yeah,
like,
and right now I don't feel like I relate to anybody like that at all. So I have the saying, I am inspired by myself and sharpened by God, and that's what I am.
So you're making a statement.
Yeah,
Coming for that.
yeah, I'm making a statement. I'm not inspired by anyone. Nobody really interests me in such a way. Oh, your game is great. Because martial arts is basically expression. It's in the name. What is art? Art is expression, right? So, what martial arts is? MMA, mixed martial arts. Totally, we're going to talk about MMA because boxing itself is a different thing. Wrestling itself is a different thing. They're all extremely artistic because we have intense levels of creativity.
Yeah.
We can't just drill one thing and expect it to work everywhere, right? That's not possible for us. We have to merge different situations, different techniques, and for different people. You get me?
yeah.
So yeah, I don't really feel like I can look at one person and say, oh, they're my role model, I love that person. CR7, ooh, I can't. I don't have that. I can't go around acting like doing the millionaire strut like Conor McGregor
coming
either.
from an Indian country, like all these cricket fans, like all these people, they look up to Virat Kohli, Sachin Tendulkar,
Yeah,
all these
exactly.
people as gods of cricket.
Yeah.
So, having your perspective of this idea of having no role models is healthy in a way, because we live in a country where everyone are looking into role models, like they're worshipping them, like it's
Yeah.
like hardcore fans.
Yeah.
So,
I was
that's
gonna say
also-
parents, but that's Sahitya stole mine.
You and I had a thing.
yeah, we all probably
Yeah.
had that, but then we wanted to go for that. Sahitya's
But
mad.
like talking about role models, who do you think are the common role models of this
I
generation?
mean, as I said, Virat Kohli, Cristiano Ronaldo, David Goggins.
Mr. Tate.
No
We're going to get demonetized for that one. Yeah.
Okay, so enough about sports now. How did you both manage education and sports at the same time?
Well, it's a big secret, but I'm gonna let you guys in on it. So I just, I used to hold my book to my head and hope that all information gets transferred. And then go to the exam next day and pray to God and then write down. I mean,
Before multiple choice
yeah.
question, Bismillah.
But no, it's a joke. Obviously, please don't try this at home. I on a serious
Done
note,
by trained professionals.
So on a serious note, I used to start, say around 4 weeks back, because I used to also be training in the day, and I had no clue about the subjects or whatever. So I used to try to finish all the subjects at least once, so that when I revise, I actually have an idea about what I'm studying. So I think that is the way I managed.
So it was like first day 1 + 1, next day you come algebraic equations.
But did you remember whatever you studied? Like you had 4 weeks back.
Yeah, I did. No, I used to study all the 4 weeks.
Okay.
So
Try
that
to-
dedication.
But not
Can't
like
relate.
not like full day. Maybe like an hour, something. Because I used to train also.
Bro, for me and Umair can know exactly how we passed. For
Chips, huh? Or
no.
No.
No. Him maybe.
No, it's
not
actually Rajat Arora.
Yeah, Rajat Arora.
YouTube.
Bro,
YouTube.
Rajat Arora, do you know who Rajat Arora is?
No.
Oh my god. Okay, so he helped me and Umair pass 11th, 12th and first year.
for free?
For free. So he's a YouTuber. Okay. He's on YouTube and he makes the best educational content ever.
Yeah.
Everything he wrote, I made notes. Next thing I was writing it down on my leg.
So you kinda did something like a cheat.
See, the marks speak for themselves. That's all I'll say.
When was this?
When wasn't it?
Don't blame the player, blame the game.
Exactly.
KJ,
Yeah.
you're watching this.
But
Yeah, no shit, Umair. But talking about Rajat Arora, I feel education also plays a very important role in discipline.
yeah, the dedication.
Yeah. So, even though we have Rajat Arora and all, no, when we are watching his video, we change the tabs and scroll through Insta, right? Like, you all do that, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Relatable.
So,
Very.
that is how this generation is. They procrastinate so much. Apparently, I read this somewhere, okay? 20% of the people, the population.
No attention span.
Yeah, no attention span. They're like chronic procrastinators. Like, imagine how this technology has messed up.
Yeah.
That's very interesting and bad.
Yeah. What,
Focus is
20%?
really low.
What are you saying? 20%?
20% of this population, like this generation, they're like chronic procrastinators.
My lord. It's crazy how parents, dedication, all of this is all interconnected. Like our studies, our education system, our government, all of this is so interconnected, no?
Yeah, I mean, there's a positive and a negative side to it.
Yeah,
Based on what I feel, obviously we see the negative that, they put a lot of pressure on us and, they're constantly saying get this many marks or
exactly.
perform like this and that. But I think that can also turn into a positive way. For me, at least, I feel that, my mom or my dad in that way used to say, okay, whenever I was going for a tournament, they used to say, your aim is to win this tournament. You're going to win this tournament. So they built a champion mindset in me. That pressure was necessary for me to, actually push myself and believe that, I can do it. I can do it. Otherwise, we as kids or as we are growing up, we don't really take it as seriously as we have to, and that pressure also in some way might be helpful,
Yeah.
but in limited.
Right now, I feel like this generation our whole generation has grown a lot softer.
Yeah,
because our parents, their generation, when you hear their stories,
yeah.
oh my God. Like, especially, you guys have probably gotten that, what and all I had to do to go to school.
Yeah, bro.
Walk 3 kilometers every day, back home again in the lunch
Climb
break.
mountains and go to school and all that.
Yeah, exactly.
Freezing temperature.
Yeah.
But do you guys think that, like, when we say this to the next generation, when we say, we used to walk 2 blocks, take a metro, they'll be laughing at us like this. What are you talking? We just go in a flying car.
Oh my god, I've never thought about it like that, actually. It's relative to each generation,
Yeah.
Like, I feel like riding a cycle and going that time was pretty, like,
Big thing,
yeah, big thing. Like how we take an Ola and just go, right?
Mm.
Like now, for them, a cycle was that.
Yeah.
And
It's funny, but it's true.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
very true.
But then I feel like for Indian parents, marks is all that matters. End of the day.
So I feel like people who put in ideals and good nature into us through different ways is probably our parents, right? And the number one, gift, like the treasure that our parents pass on to us is religion.
Mm.
True.
All of what we've talked right now,
Yeah.
right? Everything. I'm pretty sure it's there in the Gita, the Quran, the Bible,
Yeah.
It's there everywhere. Like, God knew this before we ever knew.
So, do you follow any religion?
Yes, I do. I mean, as he said, growing up, your parents first introduce you to. So, likewise, when I was growing up, in my house, they introduced me into the religion, and I do believe in religion, and I think it's a good thing also. It's my personal opinion, but it's a good thing that you believe in a mighty power, for which you try to be. Which acts like a guiding hand, where you try to put all your wishes in, you stay disciplined because of it. There's someone watching me from up, and it helps to bring out the good in you and take good decisions,
Yeah.
stuff like that. And moreover, like what my dad used to say beautifully is, God is like a guiding hand. You just, for example, even if, God or no God, if you still believe that there is something out there, where you go and you normally do that, right? Before exams, you go and pray that, I want to get good marks and I'm going to put in the efforts. You are, you yourself are manifesting that you want good marks. You're
Yeah.
repeating to yourself that, I need this, and you're putting in effort subconsciously. And whenever you want to take a decision, you try to, go for the good side of things.
I
Yeah.
think our guest agrees with us as well.
Thank God. Thank God. Thank God we got a guest like this, because most sportsmen, they'll be like, hey, what God? I only did all work I put in. Like, that's so wrong,
I mean, I think it's a
Yeah.
personal opinion.
Yeah, like some athletes, I'm pretty sure all of us have seen.
Yeah.
Like, before the match, who is God? Where? Show me him, I will tell.
Yeah.
Then, 1 week, 2 days before, puja they're doing. Then puja they're doing. Or before they like go out to fight, just before the fight, they'll be in one corner somewhere,
Yeah.
bending down. And we'll ask, bro, what are you doing? We'll think they're warming up or something.
Yeah.
Go to see they're praying.
Yeah.
They're praying. They're God, please.
Yeah. But I also think like it's very personal. Like since you start playing sports,
Yeah.
you kind of start accepting people can have their own beliefs, and you
Yeah.
kind of start being in that harmony, because they are your friends, right? You're touring with them on
Yeah.
the tour, and you have your great sportsmanship spirit.
Yeah.
So you kind of start accepting that it's their personal opinion,
Yeah, exactly.
while you're still having your own beliefs.
Mm.
I think, regardless of any religion, the thing that you're praying, it's just like basically a meditation. You're focusing on one particular thing and letting go of everything else. So I think in a way it's very good, because I've been lucky enough to kind of share rooms with everybody on the tour, and I have seen different religions and what they do. is very positive. All these things are very
Yeah.
positive because you kind of get yourself to forget everything and focus on the good, and it's basically a kind of meditation, is what I feel.
Yeah, but sometimes it feels like, does God want you to do this, or is He testing you?
I cannot really comment about God
No.
because that would mean I'm making myself a one.
I don't know. Personally, for me, I feel because when you have injuries and all, is God telling you maybe, son, this is not for you, or is He testing you? That's like a test where can you push through this?
Yeah.
Can you come out of this unscathed and prove to yourself? Is it a test from God, or is it a message from God?
I think it's a perception. What do you?
Yeah,
what do you
exactly.
think? It's a good thing in a way. I mean, every person has their own beliefs, and if it's guiding you in a good way
Yeah.
and keeping you stay motivated, it's a really good thing. And I mean, people who don't even believe in religion also, they also have their belief, which we cannot say cut it out or say we are right or they are wrong, but we are naturally existing in harmony. But whatever's working for everybody, I think it's good.
Damn, bro. Like, discipline is really interconnected with everything, no? Like,
It comes in
like
everything.
yeah,
What
religion
we-
also now. First we
Yeah.
talked about what? We talked about the sacrifices we made. Then we talked about setbacks and failures, consistency, time management.
Hmm.
Now religion, our parents, procrastination. Like, discipline is a huge thing.
But wait, I remembered something.
Yeah.
Do you think discipline plays a very important role in brands?
I do. I mean, I was with two brands before, Head and Yonex, a couple of years ago, and they do a lot of marketing, and they have to stay sharp on their toes. To actually for them, what they used to do is try to sign the top players of the country and showcase their products through them while they are playing like the biggest nationals. Now to do that, they need to stay on track with their schedules, on following them, offering the best deals, and thinking about creative ways to do it. And even this brand, Fasten Up, I can give you a vague idea that they also started doing things which is which is very necessary with the athletes. So athletes are attracted to them, so any normal person later would feel okay, even the athletes are taking them, so they would be attracted to them. So yeah, being disciplined and being creative and sharp on their toes is very important with any brand.
I personally feel like Cadbury, Apple, and all are really disciplined.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
For sure, like especially Apple,
Yeah.
the way that they have the consistency of coming out with quality products
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
the time. Yeah.
But
With
I'm
high
really
pricing.
glad we have Agency M to help us with branding now.
Oh my God, I swear, after we got introduced to Agency M, branding has never been easier.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I mean, I don't want a guest to be left out on this, but do you, like, not just for you,
Yeah.
this is for all our viewers out there. If you guys are wondering, why did Abhijit just start a podcast out of nowhere? Why did Umair, or why did all of us start a podcast out of nowhere? Well, so basically, our college is tied up with a branding and marketing agency called Agency M, and they help us to do practical projects like this. Okay, they give us complete authority over this, and we have to obviously, review it with them, but they give us the freedom and they help us to run and manage this. They help us to manage BWB, Wicked Banter, Real Talk.
Yeah.
So they're the true people behind it.
They help us to develop our skills in the branding and advertising
Yeah.
area, all that stuff. Yeah.
They've really made us aware of what brands are,
Yeah.
Mm.
because they're their whole brand is about branding.
Yeah.
You get me? So they've made us understand what it truly is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and coming to brands, like Cadbury is disciplined.
In my opinion, I feel it is.
Oh my god.
I mean, they're
Wait,
like so consistent, bro,
what are they consistent in?
with their advertisements.
Yeah. Releasing corny advertisements, is that what they're consistent in? Honestly, I don't know, man. Like, oh my god. Guys, we're literally on a podcast. Why don't we ask our viewers? Like we did this last time. 0 comments. We got 0 comments. Oh.
Don't worry, I'll tell my friends. Comment on this one.
You have our. I'm joking. But yeah, do comment on a few brands that you feel follow the image of discipline. And well, yeah, I guess this is the end. Where this is us. Thank you, Nikshep, for coming on the podcast. Thanks a lot.
Thank you guys for having me here, and thanks to Agency M for making this happen. It was a great conversation with a lot of entertainment and fun, and I hope we can do this sometime again. Please do like, share and subscribe.
We are.
BWB Real Talk. Signing off.
Okay, bro. That's it. I'm done.